thank you for coming or for coming back. I am so excited about this recipe because I am going to show you how to make strawberry shortcakes. Now, these are so fantastic and I am so excited for the summer and for berry season so that I can make these again with local in-season strawberries. So let's get started. All the ingredients are listed down below so that you can make these. So starting with the shortcake part, we are going to mix together in a large bowl our flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt. Make sure that you don't skimp on the salt here. You really want a good solid pinch of salt because it really does add to the flavor. Now go ahead and give this a quick mix together by hand, and then we are going to add in our butter. Now I've already gone ahead and cut the butter into nice small cubes to give me a head start so that I can rub this in to my mixture. This is similar to how you do pie dough or scones. We're just going to get it all coated in flour and rub it into nice small pieces. We can get these to pretty small pieces because we aren't looking for a very flaky dough. We do just want to have nice little pockets within our shortcake. Now, setting that aside for a second, we are going to mix together our wet ingredients. So starting with our sour cream, we are going to add our egg and give it a quick little mix with a fork to break it up, and then add in our milk. Now this whole thing is going to get added to our dry ingredients, and we are going to mix it together with a spatula until combined. This is a rather wet batter. It should be just a little bit thicker than a muffin batter. It's not going to be something that is super stiff or anything like that. Now we are going to portion our shortcakes onto a parchment lined baking tray. Here you can use a couple of spoons to make a nice little mound or a portion scoop. I used my portion scoop, but it was a little bit smaller than I wanted my portions to be, so I just put two on top of each other, and then I went back around afterwards and just gave them a little press down to flatten so that it would look like a nice solid single shortcake. Now here I actually had just a bit of water on my hand, which helped to keep it from sticking to my hand, but it also got the top a little bit wet and sticky, which helped with the next part, which is topping them with a little bit of sugar. Now here I have a nice, beautiful, coarse turbinado sugar, which is a raw brown sugar. It's really nice and has a little bit of a caramelly flavor. If you don't have turbinado sugar, then something like a coarse white sanding sugar works, or just a regular sugar, if that's all you have, is just fine. Now these are going to go into a 400-degree oven until they are nicely browned around the edges. And while those are cooking, we are going to work on our other elements of the strawberry shortcake. Now this is a strawberry shortcake, so obviously we are going to need some strawberries. Here I have just over a pound of nice fresh strawberries, and we are going to cut them up for our shortcake. Now these are going to be half just cut into nice little fresh slices that we can put on our shortcake, and the other half are going to be cooked into a sort of jammy sauce sort of thing. So what I like to do here is divide them up. I like to take the nice, beautiful, fresh, just like perfectly shaped strawberries, and I just cut them into slices, and the ones that are maybe a little bit misshapen or a little bit bruised or anything like that, I will cut into cubes and use them for the jam. So just sort of keep an eye on how many strawberries you have in each bowl, because you do want to have a 50-50 split overall of slices versus cubes. Now the slices are all done and ready to use, but the cubes we will be turning into a syrupy jam. So we are just going to go ahead and add a little bit of water, a little bit of sugar, and we are going to cook this on a medium-high heat for about 10 minutes, or until it is nice and bubbly and thick. Now this is going to thicken a little bit as it cools down, so don't worry if it's not like super duper thick, and we're going to set that aside to cool while we work on our last component, which is the whipped cream. Now a quick tip here, if you are whipping cream, then a great way to get it to whip up just a little bit faster is to start with a chilled bowl. So here I have a bowl that I took right out of the freezer. I'm going to add my cream and start whipping. Now I chose to whip by hand, but you don't have to do that at all. Go ahead and grab a stand mixer or a hand mixer and just go ahead and whip. You want to keep going until you get some medium peaks, and then you're going to add your sugar and vanilla and whip again until you get some nice stiff peaks that will hold their own, and you can flip the bowl upside down without anything falling out. Okay, it is my favorite time now. It is assembly time. Our shortcakes are out of the oven. They smell fantastic. They are a beautiful color. Our jam is nice and cooled, and our strawberries and cream are ready, so we can assemble. So we are going to start by taking one of our shortcakes and splitting it in half, and then you're going to top the bottom with a nice dollop of whipped cream. Follow this up by a few nice little slices of our fresh strawberries, and then put a nice spoonful of our jam on top of that. Now I like to cover this up with the lid, but I like to keep it off center so that you can see all the different layers in your shortcake when you serve it. And here is our beautiful, complete strawberry shortcake. These are so tasty, like so good. I just made them yesterday and I want to make more because I want one for breakfast. They are so good, and they are so pretty with such minimal effort. Honestly, if you have fresh seasonal berries, then they are fantastic because you get that beautiful red bright strawberry color with the white cream, and it's just such a nice contrast. It is such a pretty dessert. So I hope you make these, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time.